तो आज हम मॉडर्न पीरियोडिक टेबल के बारे में कुछ और डिस्कस करते हैं। अर्लियर क्लास में आपने पढ़ा कि हेनरी मोज़ले he gave the modern periodic law that the properties of the elements or the periodicity of their atomic number. It is the atomic number which is the basic property of the elements, not atomic mass. So what is this atomic number? These are number of protons present in the nucleus. So while moving in the periodic table, the atomic number goes on increasing. So in each element you will see the next element with the increasing atomic number increased by 1, so which became the modern periodic table. Like sodium, which has atomic number 11, contains 11 protons in the nucleus and also 11 electrons. And in magnesium, which has atomic number 12, contains 12 protons. So sodium has 11 and magnesium 12. That's why sodium is placed before the magnesium. So we may say in the modern periodic table, the elements are arranged on the basis of increasing atomic number. So these horizontal rows, these are called periods, and vertical columns, they are called groups. In a periodic table, there are 7 periods and 18 groups, excluding lanthanides and actinides. So these are periods and these are groups. In a first group, we see lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, and francium. Like lithium, it has the electronic configuration 2 and 1. Sodium, that's 281. Potassium, which has 2881. So we can say in a given group, the valence electrons remains the same and the number of shells goes on increasing. So what are valence electrons? Outermost number of electrons present in the outermost shell. Like in halogen group, that's fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine. Fluorine, it contains electronic configuration 27, chlorine 287. So outermost shell contains 7 electrons, but the number of shells goes on increasing. So group in the periodic table signifies an identical outer electronic configuration. So we have seen these two groups where the number of electrons in the outermost shell remains same, but shells goes on increasing. Unlike others, hydrogen form the compounds in a diatomic molecule, and also reacts with metals and non-metals to form the covalent compounds. So when we discuss about the periods, the second period: lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon. Lithium have electronic configuration 2 1, beryllium 2 2, boron 2 3, carbon 2 4. So here is the trend: the shell remains the same in a particular group, while number of valence electrons goes on increasing. So same shell in the second period, there are 2 shells, but electrons goes on increasing in the second shell. So in a period we can see the number of shells remains the same, however the electrons remains goes on increasing. The position of elements in a group depends on the number of valence electrons in an atom. Sodium 11, magnesium 12, aluminum 13. So in a given period we can see the shell remains the same, however valence electrons are consecutively increasing by 1. So in the outermost shell 1 electrons goes on increasing as the atomic number are increased by the 1. So when we discuss about the shells are named as K, L, M. Like sodium, it contains 3 shells, K, L and M. The K shell contains 2, L 8 and M 1. Like in the first, second, third period, the number of shells goes on increasing. So the period is denoted by the number of shells. The first period, like we have the formula 2n square. N is the number of shells. Like first shell, K shell, which contains 2. K is first shell 1 square. So that is equal to 2. That means the first period contains 2 elements. While in second period, which also occupies L shell, that means second shell, that gives 2 into 2 square, that's called 8, which means the second period contains 8 shells, 8 elements, and occupy 2 shells, because L indicates the second shell. Same way, in the third shell, that is 2 into 3 square is equal to 18. However, in the third period, there are only 8 elements present. while moving from top to bottom in a given group. The number of shells goes on consecutively increasing